back up in this bitch. Yeah. Oh yeah, that tastes good. Oh yeah. Wait, coo. Oh, we got three folks up in here. What is up? What is up? What up, brother? Landon. How you doing, man? Cannot complain, brother. Everything is good. I had a piece of hair on my face. Damn, old boy came already with the questions. Uh, well, real quick, let me. Oh shit, I got stuff to edit. Josh, bro, I ain't forcing you to be in the video or to be part of the video. Josh, just turn it on and then have it. Listen to me talking, and then I'll, you keep editing your videos, bro. Anthony, what's up, man? Samuel, what's up? AP, what up, bro? I see you there, man. What's up, everybody? Okay. Wow, the flocks are coming in. So let me go ahead and get to the top, start answering these questions. So you said, what am I doing with my old lift? So with the old lift, I'm selling it. That's it, point blank. The only thing I will not be selling from the old lift kit will be my drop bar, my track bar drop bracket. I'm going to be keeping that, using that for the new lift because it's still good. But shocks, coils, rear lift, the blocks, all that stuff, it will be for sale. Don't know prices yet, don't know when, none of that. I just know I'm going to be selling it. But trust me, when they're off and I got the new lift on, which is like actually all right here. Look at all that goodness. Tell me what y'all think about that. We still got more stuff to paint too, but once all that stuff's on, I'll go from there. Samuel, what's up, man? How you been? Robert, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. It's a work in progress, man. It don't stop. She's sitting right there in the driveway. It's dark now, so you probably won't be able to see her. But you know, what up, Jim? I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. Jim Russo. So a lot of y'all been asking, where did I get my headlights from? Or not the headlights, but the vinyl, the white piece on my headlight, because that doesn't come like that. My man Jim Russo here was way back when I first put the headlights on. I'm talking, it had been like 2018. He sent them out to me because he got them for his truck, but he has a fourth gen. They sent them third gen one, something like that. But yeah, I still remember that, Jim. So thank you. Samuel, what else am I gonna do with the truck? A lot. All right, a lot. So I know back when I installed the radio on the truck, I talked about wanting to do more interior mods and kind of upgrading the interior a little bit. I'm still wanting to do that. My number one priority once the lift kit is done. Okay, so let me back. All right, so I'll backtrack. So what do I want to do? I want to re-gear the truck. I want to get my fuel injectors from F1, or now they're called Flux Diesel, but get the injectors from Flux Diesel. They're going to be supporting the channel. And then once we get the injectors, I still have that Smeddon S472 turbo. It's actually right there, down there, that box right there. It's in that box. I want to get that put on and play with that for a little bit, based off of which turbo I like more, whether it's the 72 or the 67. I will end up keeping one, and then I'm gonna end up selling the other one. So I got a feeling I'm gonna end up keeping the 67 and selling the 472, just because the 472 is a real. It's like it's spot on. The only thing I would say about it, if anything, is just I wish it had a little quicker spool up on the low end, but that should get fixed with fuel injectors. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, so we got all that stuff going on. Interior audio system. Oh man, I almost dropped my beer. Party foul, bro. Damn. 1 second, y'all. I gotta give me another beer. So I didn't drop my beer, but my beer started falling down, and then I ended up freaking shaking it, so it foamed up everywhere. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yes, but I want to get some subs, man. I need subs in my truck. I know I put JBL speakers in the truck last year. I think it was like summer, springtime frame. I put JBL speakers in it. They're just basic speakers just to kind of upgrade it from the stock ones they had, but I want me some JL. I've always gone JL or Roxford Fosgate in the past in all my builds, so it's time to get that caught up. Double J, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Work in progress, bro. What up, Light Mechanic? How you been, brother? Like I said, Anthony, bro, once I get it off and I see what all parts I have, and I'll go from there. I'm not going to throw a price out yet in terms of how much I'm selling it for. Obviously, I'm not going to sell it for brand new price, but at the same time, I'm not going to throw a number out there just yet. AP, bro, you ain't lying, man. Yep. So, okay, so here's my logic behind re-gearing it. So first off, most reputable transmission shops like RevMax, Suncoast, if you run 37s, you have to have proof of re-gearing your transmission for a warranty claim. So they ain't even gonna fuck with a warranty if your shit's on stock 378 or 355 gears. So that's why re-gearing my truck is like my number one priority in terms of mods for the actual like drivetrain and drivability is getting it re-geared. I've put it off way too long. I should have done it over a year ago, but I need to get it done. And not only that, re-gearing these trucks will change that 68 RFE night and day. I've been running my truck on Tune 5 with 378 or 373 gears, Tune 5 with the H&S trans tuning, no issues. And I put the 68 RFE Protect plate on there. No issues at all whatsoever. Knock on wood, wherever it's at. But that's not going to hold forever. But what I would love to get right now, I'm looking at Red Horse. Red Horse Stage 2 goes for about 5,500, maybe 6,000 before shipping, and it's good for up to 750 horsepower, which is like spot on where I need to be at. Next to that would be a RevMax 60. What is it? I forgot how they classify their transmissions, but RevMax or Red Horse, one of those two. I'm not doing a 48 swap just because I'm not racing this truck, and I like the way the 68 is designed in terms of its shift patterns and stuff like that. So yeah. What up, Brian Jr. 86? What's up, man? Another black guy here with a diesel bill. So, hey Brian, I just read your comment. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Later on down the chat, once I catch up to all the comments, because I'm like super behind actually. Once I get caught up with all the comments, I'll tell that story how I got into the diesel game because I was gonna make a video on it, which I probably will because maybe like 10%, if I say 5% of my subscribers will watch a live video. So I'll tell y'all the story. Y'all will hear it first, and then I'll make a video down the road for everybody else to hear it. Oh man, yeah, do your truck's down in the shop? Yeah, man. Anytime your truck's not running, man, it's hard, man. I know you feel it. I had my truck on jacks for a week and a half before I put the new wheels on, so I know what you're coming from, bro. Landon Milhorn, we got, in your opinion, the fourth gen or third gen? If third gen 5.9 or 6.7 for daily driver, 600, 700 horsepower. Also, what are you going to run EFI live? Uh, so okay. So to answer your first part of the question, fourth gen or third gen, um, in all honesty, I'm probably gonna go with the fourth gen if I had to choose between the fourth gen and the third gen, just because the third gen interior, that is it. The third gen interior is so bland. It's gray. Unless you have an early third gen which with the black interior, it's gray and everything is gray. I mean, it is the cheapest, cheesiest looking interior. The second gen interior looks better than the third gen interior, in my opinion. Um, if I had to choose, I would choose a fourth gen just because when they update the interior, it does look good. It looks modern, especially if you get a Longhorn or if you get a limited Laramine or a Laramine model. It looks better, even the early fourth gens. But yeah, I would do a fourth gen. If I chose a third gen, 5.9 or 6.7, I'm going with a 6.7 all day long, without a question of a doubt. 700 horsepower, that ain't nothing. You know, I would definitely run a 6.7 all day over 5.9. And I know I have a video a while back talking about 5.9 versus 6.7, but I'm thinking about making a new version of that because things have changed since I've made that video in regards to 6.7 and just my knowledge on it and experience. to where I will proudly support the 6.7 now. And whether you want to race it, daily drive, own it, whatever, I would choose a 6.7, without a question of a doubt. I think my man Josh, Pure Panorama, he can testify from the upgrade from a 24 valve VP44 to a 6.7 Cummins. Also, so if you the EFI Live, you're asking me if I have EFI Live currently, or if I had one of these trucks, would it be EFI Live? So currently, I have EFI Live through CTC Tuning, um, formerly HPP. But yeah, I would run EFI Live on either of those trucks. Tony, what's up, bro? How you been? Delusional underscore YouTube or YT been asking. I've been wanting to trade my turbo out, and I can't decide what I want to do a second gen swap. Not trying to hit crazy horsepower, but for better mileage. Hey, so delusional. First question I'm going to ask you is, what do you have? Do you have a third? Do you have a 6.7 or 5.9? If you have a 6.7 stock 6.7 with the HE 351 turbo, my question for you is, do you want to keep your exhaust brake? If you want to keep your exhaust brake, I would not recommend a second gen swap, just because you lose that completely. If you don't want to keep your second gen swap, or I'm sorry, if you don't want to keep your exhaust brake, do the second gen swap 100%. And I'm going to be making these videos, you guys, just the same way how I had that video where I sat down right here and I talked in front of the camera for like 10 minutes explaining something. I'm going to start pumping out more videos like that way, because I feel like it'll be beneficial for you guys, and it'll help people out there, because I can make that video, and out of 12,000 or however many people watch my videos, if it helps out 5 people, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? So I would always recommend a second gen swap if you don't want to keep your exhaust brake, if that makes sense. If you want to keep your exhaust brake, I recommend just upgrading to like a fleece cheetah or like a BD screamer that keeps the OE exhaust brake. Now I'm not gonna lie, that exhaust brake is pretty cool. Yes, you can get an aftermarket exhaust brake. Fleece makes them. They're like $900, but I don't tow enough right now to where I need it. Down the road, for shits and giggles, I might get it done or put it on just because I miss it. It plugs into the OE harnesses and everything. So you hit the button in the truck, and it cracks open. It does everything the same. So yeah, man. But yeah, so, and that's another thing too. A lot of people get commonly, I'm still answering delusional question. A lot of people get commonly confused that because you're doing a second gen swap, you're going for power. And that's not honestly the truth. You can get a second gen S464, and you're looking at a turbo it is a good upgrade from stock, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That video I put the 464 on my truck. That turbo spooled just like a stock turbo. It was a phenomenal everyday driving turbo. I didn't have to worry about blowing the head gasket or my drive pressure getting too high. Like, it was a good all around turbo. You maybe you throw like some 30% nozzles on it, and you got you a nice running truck. The 464 S464 is good for up to, I believe, 650 horsepower. Don't quote me on that though. Samuel, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. Well, you said you weren't trying to delusional. You said you weren't trying to go for big power, and if you get that 472, the S472, that turbo is made for power. You need to have intent of at least pushing 650 horsepower if you're getting a turbo that big. I mean, shit, the 467, getting that turbo, keeping it stock, you can do it, but it's not ideal. Like, you need to have intent of like doing fuel upgrades and stuff like that. So it just depends, man. Oh shit, Jason Hunt, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat, brother. Double J, I didn't drop the beer. My beer's right there, bro. What happened was I had my beer sitting on my knee like this, and then I took my hand away from it, and I started moving my knee, because I like to move my knee when I'm sitting down sometimes, and I forgot my beer was there, so it started to tip over, and I caught it. But when beer shakes, it foams up, and then it started foaming and stuff, so I didn't drop my beer. That's smart. AP, I just read what you said about the competition 4C7. Yes. So you guys, I haven't talked about turbos in a while, but I highly recommend checking out MDC Diesel. You guys know I work with Mac over there in regards for all my turbo needs. Any questions I have, you answer it. But they have a lot of cool stuff going on right now. They just came out with a redesigned turbo cover for all of their S400 frame turbos. It's pretty cool. They might even have redesigned ones for the S300 turbos. I'm not sure, but they got like cool stuff going on. And even though their prices went up a little bit within the last like 6 months, they still have some of the best deals on the market. And if you call them and show them like, hey, Borg Warner has this equivalent turbo for this price, can you match it? They'll match it. Like they're all about giving you the best deal possible. So make sure you check them out. And if you tell them you came from me, they'll definitely hook you up. I've been working with those cats for over a year now. They're awesome. Oh, you got two. I just read Jim. I just read your comment. Everybody thinks I dropped beer. Dude, yeah, JLs, man. I gotta give me some JLs. I'm telling you, I've had them in the past, man. I know what I'm missing right now. I'm missing them. Trey Diesel in Virginia Beach. Huh. I'm gonna have to check that out, Landon. Samuel Isaac, are you going to do a fourth gen bumper? It's funny you asked that because I've been talking to my buddy Jason Mitchell on Instagram. He's known as Keep Mirroring Me, bro. But I've been talking to him about it, and I thought I'm like I'm real close to pulling the trigger on doing a fourth gen bumper swap. But I do like the way these late third gen bumpers look. Apparently they're really rare because the normal ones are the ones with the metal on the bottom and the color match paint on top. But these ones, some people refer to them as a sport bumper. For third gen sport bumper, apparently these are hard to come by. But I have thought about doing a fourth gen bumper swap. I believe a company by the name of Far From Stock makes the brackets and all. They make everything needed to do the swap. You just have to get the bumper. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, man. Goran. I heard Goran Transmissions. They do some good stuff. Then I mean, I've heard of them all, man. I checked out Goran. I checked out Randy. I checked out all of them. Rev Max, Suncoast. Um, shit. Mikey G gets his. I forgot who he gets his from, but I've checked out if they make a 68 RFE transmission, I probably have checked them out. Minus your little mom and pop shops where they outsource the parts and bring them together. The 68 has came a long way, and I'm gonna be making a video on this too in regard to 68 RFE. People say, "Oh, it's a Dodge. Don't get the 68 RFE. They're garbage." Not really. They're really not. And my truck is one of the early 68 RFE models, like the OG models, and I'm still going strong at 176,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? The 68 has came a long way. So I think the diesel scene and community is due for a video in regards to justifying that for 68 RFE. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't do four wheel drive boosted launches and without breaking shit, but like at the same time, it's like, why do you need to do that? Like, yeah, it's fun, but why? Marco, what's up, brother? How you been? So Big Daddy Fat Boy Pudge said, "What gearing would you recommend? Would you recommend for a Dodge Crew Cab dually with an 8-inch lift and 37 6-speed manual GP6? Because you have, I don't, what turbo do you have? But because you have a dually, I believe you already have 410 gears. If you have 410 gears on 37s and you don't tow a lot, I would leave it, honestly, especially because you have a 6-speed manual. I would really leave it just because kind of keep your RPMs down a little bit. If it's an automatic, well, actually, it's not automatic. Sorry. If you don't have 410 gears, I would probably, and if you don't tow a lot, I would recommend 430s. Now, if you tow crazy heavy, super heavy, 15, 20,000 pound skid tails and shit like that, I would tell you to get 456s. If you have 410s currently and you don't tow a lot, if you're fine with the way the truck drives, I would leave it at 410s. If you don't like the way the truck drives and you want a little bit more RPM, get 430s. And if you tow a lot, 456s. That clean caddy. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Cool __ breeze. Tool to the Dolphins, roll damn tide. Yeah, Tool's going to the Dolphins. It's a whole lot going on with the NFL. So pretty much this is the way it's going to roll. The Dolphins, there is a potential chance that the Dolphins might end up giving one of their first round picks to Detroit to move up early. The thing is that a whole lot the Dolphins are smart right now. People say they're stupid because they're not trying to move up to get that secure that pick. But here's the thing: we haven't even had the NFL Combine yet. Yes, I know it's Tua. I know he's really good. He's really. I would love to have him in Miami, but he had a major surgery on a hip. A hip is not something that 6 months down the road you're back to the way you were, like it never happened. Like a hip is something that it takes at least a year before you're feeling even remotely confident in yourself, like how you did before the injury. You know what I'm saying? So what I think the Dolphins are doing right now is the Dolphins are playing it down. They're making it seem like they don't have a bunch of interest in Tua. Why? Because the minute the Detroit Lions, find out the Dolphins are like pursuing Tua, the Lions are going to use that against the Dolphins to get more draft picks from them because the Dolphins have like some of the most draft picks this season because of all the people they traded out. So I think the Dolphins are being smart right now. They're playing it down. They're downplaying it. They're going to wait for the combine and then go from there. And then I do see Tua going to the Dolphins. So yeah. All right, that was my little football spiel. Anybody want to talk about the Hurricanes? By all means, let me know. I can get started on that too. Well, that's good to get you getting taken care of, bro. With the body shop, I got a stock 6-7. I'm looking for about 450, 500. Up any tips for 450, 500, bro? Get you some good tuning. Get you some EFI Live or some Race Me Ultra tuning. Get you some tuning. Maybe some 30% injectors and call it a day. It is not hard to hit 450. I mean, I feel confident that my truck right now, if I put it on a dyno, if the weather was right, everything was right, I feel like my truck can hit 450, especially with the turbo on it. But it's not hard to hit 450, man. Get you a lift pump. That way you get good fuel provided to your engine. Um, get you some good tuning. You know, the highest tune is probably gonna be a 150 to 200 horsepower tune. So let's say you got 6-7 like mine. Stock horsepower I think was three. I think it was like 340, 320, something like that. It was real low. You put a 200 horsepower tune on it, it should bump you up. You know what, 4 or 520 ish. So it just depends. Hell yeah, bro. Let me know, AP. I love to know how that BD transmission holds up. I've actually been looking researching the BD transmission. I know a couple cats locally here who have BDs in their trucks, and they say they've had no issues. They say they beat their transmission like a dog. They floor it. They do all that shit, and they say it's still doing good. Greg guy, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate it, Double J. Second gen here, 98. So you guys, it probably wouldn't come to life, but this is what I would love to do. So I got the third gen mega cab. I got my 95 Impala SS. My next vehicle I would want would be either a second gen 98 and a half to 2002 VP44 second gen, or I would want a two-door late 90s Chevy Tahoe build. I want the Chevy Tahoe build more than I want the 24 valve second gen. I used to have a GMC Yukon 2004. It was like my first like I've had plenty of cars before that, but this one that was like my first like real big investment because I paid $9,000 for it. But it was a loaded Yukon. It had the 2004 had sunroofs, power mirrors, power folding mirrors, DVD navigate. It was beautiful, man. And I miss it some days. Some days I miss it, man. I see Yukons driving around here, and I miss it, and I'm like, man, I wish I wish I still had it. But I would love to get me another Tahoe build and put some 26s, some 28s on that bitch. Put like four 12s in the back, man. 5% tint. Yeah, I would love to do that. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Delusional. 5-7 Hemi, what's going on, brother? No worries, DJ, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for checking out the channel. What's up, man? I appreciate the will comment, man. Jason, yep, Mac is legit, man. I love talking to him. I talk to him probably every other week. We'll chat a little bit. Building second gen 24 valve, two-wheel drive, four door long bed. Oh shit. You don't see those you don't see those anywhere. I would love to see that build, Greg. Oh yeah. 67 Marrow, dude. Duck pussy. AP. Hmm. Go Hawks. What Hawks? You talking about Seahawks? Atlanta Hawks? Like, well, what Hawks you saying? I'm assuming you're talking to Seahawks. Now, don't get me wrong. I do love Russell Wilson. Hell yeah. I don't know why I went dark. Double J. I mean, I can still see myself. Cool grind with the Impala. So right now with the Impala, I was talking about this not that long ago with a couple people. With the Impala, she's good. I've been driving her every day last like 2 weeks. Um, once I get done, once I get done re-gearing the truck, I get the lift kit on. I'm gonna kind of pump the brakes until the injectors come in on the truck, and I want to start a little series on the Impala on the channel. The Impala does need a couple things, simple stuff. Tie rods, ball joints. Think about doing the wheel bearings. I need to change out the transmission mount, which is not hard. The only thing with that car is because it's so low to the ground. A lot of that stuff is hard to do unless you have a lift. I mean, I can jack it up and still do it. I need to change out the heater core, um, but it runs and drives phenomenal. Bob Evans. So Bob, with the Edge CTS2, you can get calculated miles per hour on it, but sorry, but the Edge CTS2 Insight does not recalibrate your speedometer. At least it doesn't on the Dodges. I played with it, I tried it, but it even tells you it won't recalibrate the speedometer. And my speedometer right now, I think it's like 3 miles per hour over, so it needs to get 3 miles per hour taken off of it. So, yeah, hell yeah. Oh, Brian Jr. with the Ravens. Hey man, what's up with Lamar Jackson though? Justin Alamagear, if I said that correct. I'm sorry if I said your last name wrong. I appreciate it, brother. I try so hard to respond to you guys on YouTube. Like my last video where I posted the wheels on the truck, I don't think I've responded to the comments on there because it was overwhelming, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of comments. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I try to respond to you guys. The way I look at it is if you guys are willing to take the time to respond to a comment or respond to a video, commenting something or liking the video, the least I can do is respond to you with a comment. I know some YouTubers like to smash the like button for a comment or the heart button and that's it. But if I have the time and the chance, I will always try to reply to a comment, even if it's just a emoji or a fucking, LOL or something. Oh, I appreciate it, Bill Koch, man. No worries, man. Thank you for checking the channel out. They call me Russell Wilson lookalike. Yeah, man. I think the Impala will make good content too, man. A lot of people when I revealed the Impala on the channel, a lot of people loved it, man. They a lot of people said, that's the dream car. They always wanted one. But yeah, for sure. Oh, you installing the Edge juice? All right, man. Yeah, bro. The Chiefs ain't going nowhere. Andy Reid about to go try to get him about four more rings. He trying to catch up to Belichick. Um, I was happy though. I was happy. If there was a team and a coach that needed a Super Bowl ring, it was the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, man, the cat is 24 years old, and you would think this dude's like in his mid 30s, late 30s because the way he conducts himself. I mean, they're called the Kansas City Chiefs, and he is legitimately a chief. He is the boss. Like when he gets in the huddle, everybody listens. When he's on the sideline, everybody like at 24 years old, especially in nowadays society, to see somebody so young come in with a commanding presence, that's unheard of. I like Patrick Mahomes. I've always been a fan of Andy Reid. Back when he was at Philly with Donovan McNabb, he's always been a shit. Even back when he was with Green Bay as offensive coordinator for Brett Favre, he is a offensive guru. And that's been Kansas City's problem for the longest, was they never had a defense, but they finally got it right this season. They fired that defense coordinator from last year, so good for them. Oh shit, yeah, the build, yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, Greg. Thank you, man. Brian Jr. 86, man. I don't know, bro. I wouldn't wait. To be honest with you, man, I wouldn't wait until your emissions like gives you an issue. Um, the one thing I would tell somebody who is on the fence about deleting their truck, who hasn't deleted their truck yet, take off your intake manifold or take off your EGR valve and look at what's going inside of your engine, and you'll probably want to delete it after seeing that. Or you can watch my grid here delete video. Watch that video, and you'll have more than enough reason to justify deleting your emissions if you can. You know, some states you can't. So hell yeah. Finishing your turbo compounds, HX40 to GT 50 feet, 55R, 300%. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Man, you about to make a bomb over there, man. AP, I got 10 likes over here. I don't know how many it shows you. Yeah, if you're watching this, smash the fucking like button. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of this. Hell yeah. Well, we got 21 people in here, and I finally caught up to all my comments. So I figured I could tell the story now, why or how I got into the diesel game. So shooting for 150 psi. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm done. All right. So how did Cameron get into the diesel game? So the year was 2000 and for the 2014 November. I got back from my first deployment, and a good friend of mine, Dalton Vancore, bought, when we got back from our deployment, he went and bought him like a 2004 and a half Chevy Duramax 2500. I think it was a LLY. I don't know. But he went. I took him to go get the truck. I saw the truck and I was like, oh, it's a clean truck. Back then all the trucks, they 1500, 2500, they all look the same back then. So I was like, okay, it's a nice truck. We get in the truck. The guy had, at the time, a Banks tuner on it, and a couple other things done to it. I don't remember everything. And we got in, drove it, got on the highway. I'm thinking it's a diesel, it's a slug, like it ain't about that life. This cat puts his foot in the pedal, and this thing rolls tires, smoke coming out the rear. I'm looking back like, like I'm in the back seat, like what the hell's going on here? And I was like, oh damn, this is what diesel's about. And then once he got the truck, I would help him do a couple things on it, and it was a nice truck. And here's the thing is that I never drove that truck. I never drove it. I rode in it as a passenger, and I could feel the difference in torque and power and response versus a gasoline 1500. So at that time, the 5.3 Vortec or the 4.8 Vortec, and I could tell the difference. And I was like, man, that I need me one. So fast forward to 2015, I had my beloved 2004 GMC Yukon, and I wanted. I had my Yukon, and I was like, man, I'm ready to sell it. Even though I loved it. Don't get me wrong, I love my Yukon. My Yukon was an immaculate vehicle. I was balling. I thought I was Mike Jones in that thing, or Slim Thug. But I ended up selling my Yukon, and I purchased a 2006 Ford F350 King Ranch 2-wheel drive with the 6.0 Power Stroke. I think I got it for like $8,000. It had like 250,000 miles on it, but it was clean. It was clean though. I got videos on my phone and on my old YouTube channel with the truck. One day I'm gonna put it up on here. I put it up there and I freaking loved it, man. I drove the truck. I put tents. I put 5% tent on it. I did wheels, put a remote start alarm system, Viper. I had a JL audio sound system, touchscreen Pioneer. I mean, it was a clean King Ranch. It was a nice truck. So I went on my second deployment, and when I got back, it was running fine before my second deployment. Got back, it crapped two injectors in a month. The first injector, I took it to Ford. Ford changed it for 700 and something bucks. Second one, I went on eBay and bought me a new injector and changed it myself. Just to change the injector, it took me like 8 hours because you have to take apart the entire top side of the motor just to get to a valve cover on the side of it. Um, Things started happening, and I was like, man, I don't think I want to keep this. So what happened is it was time. I had orders. It was time for me to move. All right, so I came from California to North Carolina, and I was like, I'm not ready to drop. I'm not ready to bullet the truck. The truck wasn't bulletproof. It was stock. The only thing it had was a tuner. I had an SET tuner on it, and I was like, I ain't ready to drop like 4 grand, 3 grand bulletproof in it, because I'm about to move. I don't have time for that stuff. And on top of that, a very, very big contributing factor why I sold it was because it was two-wheel drive. That was my first truck I ever purchased, and it was a two-wheel drive, F, technically a 3500 diesel, and it was two-wheel drive, and I wasn't having it. So I sold that. I sold it. I bought it for 8 grand. I sold it for 9. Even though I bought way more, I went under in that truck because I had so much shit I bought while I was deployed, waiting for me when I got back. Um, but yeah, so I ended up selling it. The guy bought it. He hit me up like a month later saying like it was white smoking, and I was like, might check the EGR, make sure the coolant is there. But yeah, so I sold the 2006 F350, and then that's when I bought my baby, the 2008 Dodge Ram 2500. I bought that in California. It is a California truck. I bought it out in Newport Beach for $29,000. I paid 29K for my truck. It had 120. Actually, it was 120 on the dot. It had 120,000 miles on it. Bone stock engine, EGR, DPF, everything was still on it. He had like a little BS Edge CT2 CS2 tuner. It was a little emissions intact tuner. It was garbage. It sucked. Super basic, man. It was clean. It was a beautiful truck when I got it. And one of the downfalls to me when I got it was the interior. When I got that truck was immaculate. There was no rips in my driver's seat. The steering wheel was beautiful. It wasn't all worn down and black and greasy. The armrest had no rip in it. Like, I kind of let the interior go, and I feel bad for it because when I got the truck at 120,000 miles, granted now it has 175,000. When I got the truck, man, I was like, man, the interior was so beautiful. I used to put leather conditioner on it, everything, and then I kind of let it go. But it still looks good. It's just like the seat and the armrest; those are big things. But yeah, so that's how I got in diesel game. So then how I got into the aftermarket game was when I was deployed, I was watching YouTube videos, just like how you guys are. I'm the same way. I still watch other YouTubers up to today. Like, I've been like that since 2012, 2013. Like, I've been always watching YouTubers. Deployed, I got a 6.0. I'm like, man, I want to start buying parts for it, man. I want to start doing stuff to the truck when I can get back so I can do all this stuff. So I bought I think I bought 150% injectors. I bought a bunch of stuff, the Blue Spring mod. I bought a bunch of stuff. I think I dropped like over like 5 G's in mods for the truck. I bought a 5-inch Diamond Eye exhaust. I had Edge CTS2 because this is technically the Edge in my truck now. That's my second Edge CTS2. I had one when I had the 6.0, and I sold it after I sold the truck like an idiot, but whatever. But yeah, and I started researching, watching videos, Googling forums. I signed up. I was a little member on the Power Stroke forum. Like, there was just one YouTuber for Power Strokes. He passed away. I don't remember his name, but he had videos showing you how to delete the truck, how to lift the cab up, how to do everything. And I was like, oh hell yeah. So yeah. And then once I got this truck, it just rolled into this truck. So then I started researching the 6.7 Cummins, and I started researching the Cummins and the inline six, and then I started going crazy and doing all that stuff. So yeah, that's how Diesel Tech Ron. Yep, that's his name. Yep, Diesel Tech Ron. He passed away. But yeah, that's how And then one thing led to another, man. And now, I'm 2020. I got a YouTube channel. I make videos. I got a truck and all that stuff, man. So when I first got my Cummins, a big YouTuber back then in the Cummins industry. You guys, some of y'all might know him, some of you guys might not. His name is Paradox. He had a silver second gen VP 44 24 valve Cummins, and it was immaculate. And he made videos. He used to be in the army, and that's another reason why I started watching, because he was in the military and working on a truck, vlogging and stuff. And when I saw his videos, I'm like, man, if he's in the military making videos, his truck looks sick. Why can't I do that? Why can't I got something? I'm sure there's something I can put out there. You know what I'm saying? So then, yeah, and then I saw his videos and I was like, man, I love that truck. And then I had just bought my third gen, so I was like, all right then. So then, once I came to North Carolina, after a little bit, I started making videos. And one of the reasons why, and I never talked about this before, or actually, yes, I have. I mentioned it a couple times, but one of the reasons why I started making YouTube videos was because when I was first got my truck, and I was looking up stuff like how to delete the fuel filter, how to do a CCV delete, how to do a grid heater delete. There wasn't videos nowhere. And I still up to this day, I remember when I made my grid heater delete video, it was the only video on YouTube that showed how to delete a grid heater from step 1 to step 100 on YouTube. And then, I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make all the YouTube videos that nobody else wants to make. And for like the first year, a lot of my videos on my channel have been that. And then as time went on, you can only do so much on a truck. So that's when I started branching out to the vlogs, modding the truck, lift kit, wheels, and all that stuff, tuning and whatnot. So, I mean, fast forward now, I started my first YouTube video was the it was like January 28th, I think, of like 2018. And then fast forward now, 2020, 2 years later, still here. So I guess I'm doing something right. What up, John Ville? Hell yeah. Oh, Steven's in the house. Double J, you out? All right, man. Be easy, bro. Daniel Pat, what you talking about with the truck your app? You said make money with your truck doing what? Like hauling shit? I appreciate it. That dude said he was skeptical about my rims. Nah, man. I mean the wheels. So the Fuel Forge, they're FF05s. Before I ordered them, I went down the entire catalog. So Fuel Forge, Fuel Wheels. So if you all right, backtrack. Fuel Wheels. Fuel Off Road makes regular wheels like cast alloy wheels, and they make forge wheels. They're really big in the off road scene, like Baja slash ATV, UTV. They're real big in all that stuff. They have a full category, a full catalog of forge wheels from FF01 all the way up to like I think it's like FF 55. Like put it like this, my forge wheel that I got was the FF05. Now I don't know if that's the fifth forge wheel they made or if that's when they made it, but I noticed when I went on YouTube and I looked it up, there was not one video showing that wheel on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, it looks like nobody has this wheel on Instagram. Everybody's real big into American Concave, American Force Concaves, the American Force SS series. So like the Jades, your I can't even think of the other names, but those are like the real Instagram popular forge wheels. And I'm like, well, fuck that. I want to find something that ain't nobody got. So when I saw the FF05s, they look good. Nobody ever had. I haven't seen anybody with them, and I was like, all right, I'll rock that. So then I ended up getting that. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out, Daniel. I appreciate that. Yeah, AP man. Huh. gonna have to look into that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know where you coming from, AP. Um, and that's another thing too. I get a lot of questions and I get a lot of questions about like, should I do this? Should I do that? What should I do to my truck? And when I get people asking me that, like, I want to tell them it's like you do whatever the fuck you want to do with your truck. It's your truck. But obviously, I'm not mean like that. I like to respond to them and stuff. So I'll tell them, like, listen, man, it's your truck. You can do whatever you want, and that's the fun in building a truck is you can do whatever you want to do to your truck. If you don't like it, just change it. I mean, it's simple. It's like my truck. Nobody told me, hey man, you should make white and gold your theme. Like I was sitting down one day trying to think of a color I wanted, an accent color on my truck I wanted that wasn't your monster green neon or your typical illusion cherry red or your cherry or your just your typical suspension powder coat colors. And I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I'm gonna try to do gold. And then I went from there and that's how it took off. Um, but yeah, But I tell people all the time, man, just do it yourself. Just do whatever you want to do. And then with that too, I get on the other side where I also want to tell people this too. So people have a common misconception, and if you're listening to me, do not take this in the wrong way. But people think I'm like a diesel mechanic, or I'm like this like diesel guru. I am I'm by no means am I a diesel mechanic. I'm not an ASC diesel tech. I'm not a guru or nothing. So when people hit me up on Instagram saying, "Yo, I got this code P10 whatever P whatever," they're like, "You know anything about it?" I'm like, "No," like I don't. Like I go on, I take the code, I type in my year, make, model, and I put the code after it, and I go on the forums, what Google shows, and I read about what the forums say. The forums is where your text and your subject matter experts are. Yes, I know a lot because I've researched and investigated on stuff, but I'm not the say all end all type of person. You know what I'm saying? And people always hit me up asking me stuff like that, like, "Hey man, I got this issue. I don't know what's going on." Like, if I know what the issue is when they're asking me, I'm gonna answer it for them just to save them time and to help them out and stuff. But like, sometimes people hit me up with stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know how to respond to that. Like, I don't want to sound like a dick and be like, you should probably just Google that. But in all honesty, that's what I do. It's like for me in the past, anytime I've gotten check engine light codes on my truck, I've always just Googled it. I would no shit type in 2000 on Google, 2008 Dodge Ram 2500 6.7 Cummins, Papa, so P, and then whatever the code is, I put that there. And then the first probably page of links would be to forums talking about that code and people in there asking like, "Hey, why do I have this code? What is it from?" And I would read it and it would be like, "Oh, you just need to change your crank sensor," or, "Oh, just freaking swap out your MAF sensor." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just stuff like that. And over time, you will get knowledgeable and you will gain experience. And honestly, that is the preferred way you should go about it versus just asking somebody, because then you're never really learning about your truck, or you're not really learning anything. You're just getting an answer and going with it. But that's how I go about troubleshooting and trying to figure stuff out. That, or also you guys, my air dog. When I had the issue with the air dog last October, it died. I got on YouTube and you guys came to my rescue, man. So for sure, yeah. What up, Justin? I'm gonna drop my phone. What up, Justin? How you been, man? No, no, I'm gonna look into that, Daniel, for sure. I appreciate that though. I appreciate that, Justin. Thanks, man. Project Justice, thank you so much, man. Yeah. AP. Fucking crazy. Yeah, yeah. But all right, you guys, we're probably gonna end the video now. We're rolling up on about 50 minutes, so we're like 10 minutes away from an hour. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and roll out. If you got any last minute questions, by all means, feel free to ask. But if not, man, McGruffers, Mr. Gruffers, what's up, man? Shout out from Wyoming. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. So much. Thank you. But like I was saying, you guys, until next time, it should be soon. I'm going to be ordering an index ring kit soon here for the truck. And then also, I'm going to be buying a VIP ticket to get my truck entered into the Music City Showdown truck show down in Nashville, Tennessee. I think it's going from April 3rd to the 6th. So I'm going to be entering the truck down there. Should be pretty cool. So most definitely. But still waiting on that video for the steering column. Oh, bro, so I got those pieces in. They're sitting over there. I had never put them on yet, just because I keep forgetting. Holiday Evolution. No, I haven't figured out how to mirror cast to the radio yet, though. So still working on it. I haven't messed with it since I put the radio in the truck. So yeah, yeah. Well, all right, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and end this out now. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out the live stream, hanging out. Thank you guys, all of you that stuck it out from the end or from the beginning to the end. Thank you guys. And then we gotta do this again some other time. So until next time, y'all take it easy, be safe, and y'all peace out. All right.